Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we have got Volume 18, Part 18 of the disturbing part of the internet series. We're going to get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. The like button, subscribe, and comment your thing down below. Let's go.
Sponsored by Dream.
She's perfect.
The following body...
Most of these videos we've seen many times on different videos in this channel, but we'll still talk about them anyways because this video is very damn disturbing. No matter how many times I watch it, it doesn't undisturb it. There's a woman being chained up in a place and it's fucking disturbing and I don't like it. It's fucked up.
Cam footage has been shared by police activity on August 22nd of this year. Moises May, 36 years old, tied a dog chain around his girlfriend's neck and bolted it to the floor of a second-story bedroom. Neighbors nearby were hearing screams of a lady and decided to call the police.
Think about this. Think about you're the neighbors and you hear someone screaming so, like, must have been thing, because, you know, most people these day and age try to take the, try to not put their thought into it. Sorry, my brain went a blank moment there. Try to not put thought into it. It's none of my business is my favorite, is the new thing I put. It's just somehow none of your business. If I found you'd be watching someone die, none of your business. But for her to be screaming, they were just like, yeah, no, this is our business. We're making sure this is our business. Something's not right here. But think also, how fucking evil of a person you have to be as a dude. How unmanly of a dude you have to be to tie your girlfriend up with a chain around her neck and bolt it to the floor. In the second floor, you are tying your girlfriend up and just leaving her there. That has to be one of the most unmanly, fucked up, insane thought process you have. That's pure evil. Like, there's no way about that. Is pure fucking evil. You have to have no care for anyone but yourself. Also, you have to clearly not love that person, because that people try to say that it's love, but that ain't love. Tying someone up ain't love. Fucking evil. Is that a school next to it?
Put the door down? Yeah. I got a bunch of loot.
On August 16 around 7 p.m, police tried to enter to the first floor, but quickly realized that it had been barricaded. They tried kicking in doors and breaking windows, but were unsuccessful. At one point, one of the officers points at the open window on the second floor. They grabbed one of the ladders from the neighbors and climbed up.
Where you see a ladder at?
I got a ladder. The ladder was on the side.
Is anybody else in there? He did what? Is he Hispanic?
What follows now is truly crazy, almost unbelievable.
Where's the key at, man?
I know he's got it on his face. And he's got it on his.
She's apologizing. She's tied up, yet she's apologizing. She has no reason to apologize. She's the victim. She's a poor victim. She has no reason to apologize. I don't know what's making her think she needs to. She should not be apologized for being in this situation. She has no need to apologize. She's a victim. She's a victim. Who knows what else has been done? Probably has to be physical abuse, right? She has to be physically abused in order to have that done to her. I don't know, probably emotionally, probably sexually, who knows? Clearly this guy's fucking evil and heartless, so thank God, please fucking fat got her.
In the room, a woman can be seen with a chain around her neck. She's apologizing to the officer, seemingly thinking that it's her fault that she got tied up.
Because probably my guess is he's probably made her believe that. Look, this guy, the guy criminal here, I'm trying to go into the head of an abuser. It's not exactly easy to do because, fuck, they're fucking evil. Well, my assumption is he's probably manipulated believing it's her fault she got tied up.
But there's no one else in here, right?
No, you can.
Here we go.
Thank you so much.
The paramedics can be seen using a bolt cutter to remove the chain around her neck.
I hate this word with a passion. I hate this word alleged. I know why they have to do it, but the word alleged just drives me insane sometimes. Like,
2 days after the incident, the perpetrator got caught and was arrested. He faces multiple charges, including abduction. As for the background of this incident, an arrest citation reviewed by Law and Crime says that both were arguing, which ended up in a violent reaction by the perpetrator. He allegedly threatened her life multiple times, took her phone, chained her to the floor, and then left. He has pleaded.
so I was right. I assumed physical abuse. So he physically abused her, tied her up, took her phone, and left. So it probably, I don't know if he planned to return or he might have just planned to, you know, fucking leave her there to die. Who knows?
Pleaded not guilty to the charges and had a court hearing. Due to the fairly recent nature of this case, I haven't been able to find an update on this. This case immediately reminded me of that one woman chained up somewhere in eastern China.
你好，冷吗？不冷，我给你拿个衣服穿上吧。我给你拿个衣服穿上吧。我给你拿个衣服去，好不好？我给你拿件衣服，我看你咱有爱心是捐出衣服，我给你拿一件。你这饭凉了吗？你暖和一些，这个，哎呀，这个天气啊。
Her teeth were pulled out, and her tongue tip was removed in order to silence her. She was being used to breed children. The torment this woman faced for multiple years is one of the worst things that I've seen. I might cover this more elaborately, because stuff like this is way more common than one might think. To this day,
Yeah, that is a story that's fucking insane. Nick Crowley covered it. But any more details you can get, please. That story's fucking insanity.
there may be many people being held captive in their own homes, and are hoping to get rescued one day. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe to catch the next episode. You can always unsub later.
Dashcam
The following dashcam footage was shared.
This is a dashcam footage we've seen before. But this one is also fucking insane and shows why quick thinking can help you at times. Sometimes you just gotta quickly think.
On Reddit by user JDVX8. It's from February 26, 2022 and happened in Chile. He gave it the title, What to Do If They Try to Steal Your Car. In the footage, we can already see some suspicious activities before the carjacking itself. The car can be seen slowing down more than necessary. It eventually stops.
Bro, that'd be me. I'm like, I'm getting out of here and I'll take one of y'all fucking with me. I don't care. He had no hesitation running their asses over. That's the way it's gotta be done.
Once the car stopped, 4 people can be seen leaving the car and running towards the driver. The driver seems to have suspected that this would happen and he quickly accelerated, damaging the perpetrator's car and fleeing the scene in a surprisingly calm manner. On Reddit, he gives additional context, reading, "To give more context, this happened in Chile. I wasn't driving, but I often use that route. Here, this type of carjacking has become so common that it's a risk to get out in the car after 10 p.m., and all drivers have learned to keep their distance from the front cars on exits." As for
That's insane. So this is so common in Chile that is you're almost taught by people that if an exit's coming up, you keep your distance from the car in front of you in case they might try to carjack. That is fucking insanity. That is how common this. That's insane.
For any updates. There have never been any, with this comment being one of 2 that the Reddit user ever posted. Before we continue, let's quickly talk about Dream.
Hunter Hogan.
Hunter Hogan is a YouTuber who performed various surgeries on himself to remove his tumor. Previously, he used to be a lawyer in the US, but
So he's not a YouTuber, he runs a YouTube channel. Hold on, this guy's the guy who did a bunch of stuff to remove his own tumor? That sounds fucking dangerous.
later became homeless. The bio of his YouTube channel reads, "I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a disabled, impoverished homeless person. I never wanted to be a YouTuber. I make videos because support from viewers has kept me alive since October 2019. With enough support, I can heal and be self-sufficient again." He has a pretty active YouTube channel where he would document his life and his conditions as a homeless person.
11 years ago, I started having to beg for help to get back on my feet and to not, for my life to not decline more. I had to beg for. I'm still ashamed that I am too weak, too sick to take care of myself.
He also has a website where he posts videos of himself performing self-surgeries, likely because he doesn't have enough money to pay for a surgery. The title of some of the videos read, "Cauterizing infections on my left knee, self-surgery on a mole, and self-surgery on tumor." I definitely cannot show anything here because of its graphic nature, but it's really disturbing. The condition of Hogan is deteriorating day by day, and it is honestly painful to watch.
Breaking out of the trap of chronic homelessness is difficult. One of my barriers is that I don't have enough income. Besides that, being homeless makes each task more challenging. Right now, for example, I was trying to search online for a permanent place to live. The internet started intermittently cutting in and out. I don't know why, and I don't have any control over it. Then a dog started barking, and for me, that's a problem, creates symptoms. I put some earplugs in, that helped. I have a bunch of other health problems, creating issues, and require some of my time and attention. You might have noticed this cut up earplug in my mouth. I'm using this because my teeth sometimes get so sharp that they cut my gums or lips or inside of my mouth.
Currently, he lives off of the money he makes from his Patreon. This case reminded me of that one Russian YouTuber who is also engaging in self-surgery, trying to cut out cameras in his eye. If you haven't seen that, it's the first topic I talk about in episode 9 of this format.
Yeah. That's fucked up. This is another time where the definition of evil is just there. These two are evil as can fucking be. If the devils were people, it'd be these two. It'd be them two and the other guy we covered in an earlier video called Yang. He's the other, I think it's Yang. Yang? One of them two, something like that. I don't want to double check because I don't want to go back on my channel and check. But it's either Yang or Young, something like that, and he's like a killer China who did like 60 people. He and these two boys are the devil in 3 different people.
Really actually gonna do it?
Hey, look, it's Cassie.
Hey, look, I don't know.
Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please. Okay, see ya.
I've wanted to cover this case for a while because the footage, even though it was captured such a long time ago, is truly horrifying. Without context, it almost seems fake. Many of you should be familiar with the case Cassie Jo Stoddard.
Oh.
However, the videos made by the perpetrators throughout this entire case are truly something else.
You usually
Jesse
see 2 or 3. You see the one where they're in the cafeteria, the one before, and the one after they kill. Usually only 3 you will see. I don't know if there's more, and judging by the length of this part, I don't know, this part's not that super long. But yeah, I thought it was longer, but I didn't see the cut. But yeah, this is fucked up.
Fell victim to what looks like a twisted reenactment of the slasher film Scream. The perpetrators, Brian Lee Draper and Tori Michael Adamczyk, both 16 years old at the time, recorded documentary-style videos, claiming that they wanted to do the same thing at the high school that they saw in the Scream horror movies. The target was Jesse, also 16 years old. What follows now is a very strategic assassination of Jesse, thoroughly documented, leaving no room for speculation that this was random or that they didn't know what they were doing. They state numerous times that they know that it's wrong to do it, but that they had to stick to the plan.
Have you seen Tori? He's supposed to meet me here at 7:30, and it's 8:19. He's an hour late. You don't even care, dude. Okay. September 27th to 26th. We're skipping last 4th hour. We're not even plan right now. I'm telling Cassie's family. She had number one. We have to stick with the plan. She's perfect, so she's gonna die.
What follows is a car ride.
There should be no law against people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
No, that isn't the way the world works. I don't think if you told everyone they could kill people, that killing people would stop less. I think you two are fucking insane. I think these two got life in prison. They're fucking, fucking evil bastards.
Found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie's daughter. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get?
Hold on, is her name Cassie or Jassy? Because there's no way her name is spelled Jassie, is it? Is that her name spelled? Because I've heard it's only named Cassie. Hold on. I know actually I'm Googling this. Hold on, give me a second. No, it's Cassie. Okay, it starts with a C. I thought so. I have no idea why it's written with a J here. Because I'm pretty sure that's Exodia's doing. That's a mystery guy's doing. But that's not how you spell his name. Her name. What are you doing?
Is going to be Cassie. Nowhere. How perfect can you get? I mean, like, holy shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah.
Both guys.
That's fucked up. These two are fucking evil. I don't like these two at all. I hate that this is even being talked about just because I don't wish these two to stop getting so much attention. They don't deserve it.
Decide to dress up
Serial killers, we need to stop giving killers fucking platforms and giving them a bunch of attention. We just need to stop.
in all black and wore white masks, entering her basement, which they unlocked themselves before.
September 22nd, 2006. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I locked the back doors, so it's all locked. Now we just gotta wait.
Both were armed with knives. They tried to lure her to the basement, but all attempts were unsuccessful. Instead, they went up to the living room. After taking her life, they quickly jumped back into their car.
Cassie, we just left her house. This is not a joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, Cassie. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so.
We gotta get our act straight.
Okay.
Here's the problem. He says shut the fuck up in the videos. in the video. Like, if they heard the video, they're like, shit, we might get caught in this video. My man, you've told a whole documentary about how you plan to kill her, and now she's dead, and now you're talking about how, you both are talking about how you just killed. So these two are evil and fucking stupid.
During the interrogation, both guys were blaming each other for committing the act. Brian claimed that Tori commanded him to do it, after initially denying that he did it. They are obviously rotting in prison now, receiving mandatory sentences of life imprisonment, without the possibility of parole.
Good, I don't want these two ever see the light of day again. Ever. Ever.
Okay, I will butcher the following name. I think it's Rikard Siagian. He was a YouTuber and a tattoo artist who was suffering from an extreme case of fatal insomnia. Although pretty rare, the disease can lead to a complete inability to sleep. In one of his videos, he explained how he has not slept for 4 months and is in desperate need of help.
I have not sleep, means I have total insomnia. So it's been 4 months and my body is deteriorating.
Can you go 4 months? Hold on, that can't be right. You can't go 4 months without sleeping. Can you? So, hold on. So the longest recorded time without sleeping consistently is 11 days. You expect me to believe this guy has gone without sleep for 4 months? Consistently? No fucking way. That's a lie. He might have been going off and on no sleep for 4 months, but he's been getting sleep because you can't go 4 months without sleeping. Because if that's the case, this guy has set a fucking record.
Right now. Because my immune system is falling from not able to sleep.
In the video, we can see how tired he looks and how he's unable to talk properly. According to Rikard, the condition began in the month of August, shortly after he joined a new job. He was suffering from a urinary tract infection, and it was very uncomfortable for him to work. In order to help him out, his boss gave him some medicine. Initially, Rikard felt better and was able to work. However, as the situation unfolded, he began noticing that something was off. He was unable to sleep and was suffering from terrible back pain.
After a while that, I thought I was not able to sleep because of my UTI or taking this medicine for a while. Not until realize after a while that when I stop this medication, I'm not able to sleep any longer.
Whenever he tried to sleep, he would experience a sudden electric shock back in his spine. Due to his condition, Rikard had to be completely bedridden, rendering him unable to do any work or follow his passion. According to him, the medicine he took contained an ingredient called nuclear fluoride that acted as a neurotoxin and crossed his brain's blood barrier, completely damaging his neurons.
This is looks like this medication.
This sounds completely unlivable. I don't know how anyone could live like this if this is true. How could anyone live like this? If you try to sleep, you just get shocked in the back, so you have to be bedridden, but you can't sleep. What?
Medication which is contain nuclear fluoride that can cross my brain barrier. Probably this is what caused my problem now. So I want to check out of the damage to my mitochondria or the spinal cord and nerves.
At the time, Rikard was working in Philadelphia, but had to go back to Indonesia to visit his mother as she was sick. Once he arrived, he went to a doctor who prescribed him some medicine, but they didn't seem to work for him. The medicine would make him more anxious and worsen his situation.
I need life. I do need life. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. So please help me.
In the description, he would ask people for help as he needed to undergo a surgery, but he faced a shortage of money. He explained how he feels during the day. It reads, "Hi, my name is Rikard Siagian. I've been suffering from a health condition caused by a heavy neurotoxic protocol that caused damage to my system, such as mitochondrial depletion, etc. But the most debilitating and certainly life-threatening condition from it is complete inability to sleep. Since this injury happened, my brain became wide awake 24/7 for a year now, and I have lost natural sleeping onset because of the failure to register. But my tired and sleepy body keeps begging for more sleep, My system doesn't understand. Instead, it responds with constant neural pain and debilitating sensation and pressure deep along my spine and my chest and whole body. The feeling of...
Okay, so this guy is making it seem like he hasn't slept in 4 months or a year or some. There's no way that's true. So I don't know what's actually going on, but he has to be able to get some sleep because there's no way he. After only like 4 days, you start to hallucinate if you don't sleep. So clearly not fully telling the truth here.
Being electrocuted, drained, vacuumed, mixed with the feeling of falling from a high place for hours in the entire day, noon, until evening, and often taken with sudden surge as a sleeping rejection feedback. This whole reaction is the most tormenting and abusive pain I've ever felt in my life, and still bearing it until now every day. I've tried to cope with the situation with positive thought, but I'm just a human. Only one thing that I could wish for as my last hope is pluripotent stem cell treatment, but the challenge is money. God, I would have my both legs chopped off as an exchange if I could sleep for at least 3 hours at night without substances. That's how desperate I am for sleep. Following the video, Rickard would start getting attention and would begin documenting himself as his conditions deteriorated. As time went on, the videos got more and more creepy. In the videos, we can clearly see Rickard trying to sleep, but as soon as he's about to doze off, he abruptly wakes up. The medicine he took has been known for its extreme side effects such as nerve damage and paralysis. Eventually, Rickard would post his final video, 5 days before his death, on the 9th of December 2016, after going 15 months without sleep. Just imagine not being able to sleep for over a year.
Okay, there's no way, because the world record for longest thing without sleep is 11 days. You expect me to believe if the record's 11 days, this guy's gone 15 months? Look, do we have evidence that this guy died? I have some questions that just, I'm sus. I'm sorry. It might be true, but I find this story, that story, very sketchy.
This case deals with a very deranged cult of a guy seeing himself as a vampire and recruiting women for this sect. It ends with the woman's life being taken and her body being found dismembered in body bags. Sydney Loof was a 24-year-old woman who went missing after going on a date with a woman she met on Tinder. Before going on the date, she posted a selfie on her Snapchat with the caption, "Ready for my date." She never returned. Concerned for her safety, her parents contacted local law enforcement. Her car was still parked in the driveway of her home, but she was nowhere to be found. The woman she met was Bailey Boswell, who used a fake name. She called herself Audrey. Pretty interesting choice, because her boyfriend is called Aubrey Trail, so only a single letter is different in the names. Bailey and Sydney decided to meet up. The location for the meetup was Sydney's own home. Surprisingly, the first date went really smoothly, so they went for a second date the next day. A CCTV camera captured Sydney leaving her workplace at around 6 p.m. and heading home. Bailey Boswell told police that she didn't know where Sydney was. Before police could question further, she took off with her boyfriend Aubrey. Alarmed by the sudden disappearance of Sydney, law enforcement went on to check her room, only to find her glasses and purse left in the apartment. Furthermore, her cat was not fed, which was very unusual. The landlord, who lived above Bailey's apartment, also complained of a strong bleach-like smell coming from the basement. The smell was really strong. It made one of the family members living above puke. Another strange thing was that the air conditioner in the apartment was left on even in the month of November. The officers also confirmed that Sydney's cell phone was last located near Bailey's apartment. The prime suspects of the case were Bailey Boswell and her boyfriend Aubrey Trail. Aubrey was the leader of a cult and identified as a vampire. He had intimate relationships with multiple
God thought himself as a vampire. A vampire. A fucking vampire. Sure, why not? You're a fucking vampire.
Multiple women, whom he referred to as his witches. He had a bizarre set of rules that all of his witches followed. Some of them include messaging him every 3 hours, not talking to other men, calling him their sugar daddy, and most surprising of all, taking someone else's life. Aubrey also had a history of frauds and human trafficking. At the time of Sydney's disappearance, Bailey and Aubrey were already on the run for conducting fraud in Kansas. Finally, the officers got a search warrant for their apartment, but they seemed to have known that this would happen, so they quickly fled. Days later, the following footage was made public. In the footage, we can see Aubrey and Bailey purchasing a 12-inch hacksaw, 2 gallons of bleach, a few trash bags, a folding tree saw and a knife only a few hours before Sydney's second date. An hour later, Aubrey would enter Menards, which was Sydney's workplace. At the time, Sydney was unaware, so she didn't really notice him. While in Menards, Aubrey would buy some more bleach and leave around 20 minutes later. In another footage, at Edvard Mall, both Bailey and Aubrey can be seen purchasing food grinders, a weed cutter and a folding saw. After the footage was released, the police announced Aubrey and Bailey to be persons of interest and that they were searching for them. What happened next was honestly quite unbelievable.
Good morning, Lincoln and Omaha and probably several other places. This is Aubrey Trail and this is Bailey Boswell. I guess y'all also know her as Audrey. But we spent the last few days watching ourselves being slammed and crucified in the newspapers and the news and everything else, so we thought it was time we had our say.
Aubrey and Bailey posted a video of themselves on Sydney Lou's Facebook page. In the video, they claim that they are innocent and that they have nothing to do with the case.
Of course you'd say that, but like, come on, you expect me to believe that you have nothing to do with this? You expect me to believe that it just happened to be that as she was gonna go on a date with you two, she vanished? And it has nothing to do. What a coincidence! A gigantic coincidence. And you'll buy bleach and fucking shit. Really? Come on.
The Lincoln Police Department apparently wants everyone to believe that we're hiding, that we haven't talked to them, that we're avoiding them. They're telling you that they have all these leads, that Sydney was last seen in Wilbur. You've heard all of this stuff about my criminal history. All true. Been convicted of bad checks and forgery and all that good stuff. I guess I'm a person of interest on now. I pray for Sydney. I hope she's found soon. I wish the family the best. I'm sorry that she wasn't with you on Thanksgiving.
This video is very strange, especially in the way they talk. They seem to be unusually calm about the situation. Soon after, Aubrey would make another video talking about his views on humanity and America. They were caught staying in a motel in Branson, Missouri. They were planning to escape to Mexico. A few days later, Sydney's dismembered remains were found alongside a gravel route around 60 miles from her date location. Body parts were found wrapped inside trash bags, along with a few sex toys, rubber gloves, apparels, and bedsheets. Initially, both Aubrey and Bailey claimed their innocence. However, as days passed by, their confessions began to change. During the trial, Aubrey would suddenly stab a sharp object in his neck and fall to the ground.
Please be seated.
Bailey is innocent and I curse you all.
Stop recording.
He was quickly rushed to the hospital and was saved. The trial would continue and both Aubrey and Bailey were found guilty. Trail was sentenced to death, while Boswell was sentenced to life.
So one was sentenced to life in prison, the girl was, and the guy was sentenced to death. Means he'll probably be life in prison because they take fucking 68 years before they decide to actually execute you anymore. So fucking weird. But yeah, them two are really fucked up. I don't know what the reason they killed her was, but they're just super fucked up.
This case is quite recent and is about a TikToker and her mother taking the life of a guy who was dating her mother. But let's start from the beginning. Okay. Mahek Bukhari was a semi-successful TikToker with nearly 130,000 followers. She dropped out of university to pursue a social media career. Through brand deals and product launches, she was earning a quite considerable amount of money. Her mother Ansarine was a big part of her social media presence, even calling it an elite relationship, whatever that means. Mahek's mother Ansarine dated a guy named Saqib in 2019. It lasted about 3 years. You need to keep in mind that there is a big age gap between those two. Eventually, she tried to break off from him, but he then threatened to blackmail her with explicit images, saying that he would send them over to her husband. Ansarine told all of this to her daughter Mahek. Instead of going to the police, she was plotting on punishing Saqib. They set up a meeting, promising Saqib 3,000 pounds if he kept silent about the blackmail. This was around the same amount Saqib claims to have spent on the relationship. Mahek was assisted by multiple men in her plan on taking Saqib's life. They were supposed to meet.
God damn, how many people do you need to kill one person? How many people do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need 7 people to kill one dude? How many people y'all need? How bad are y'all at fighting and shit? I'll admit the guy shouldn't have blackmailed you. The guy blackmailed you for trying to blackmail her for no reason, because she didn't want to date his ass anymore. And because he was she had a husband and he's having an affair with her. He's then trying to blackmail her. I mean, he had to expect something bad was going to happen. It was a bad situation. They probably couldn't go to the police in their mind because they couldn't get out of it. They didn't want the husband to find out. I don't know why you need 7 people to take this guy's life, though. That's some fucking weak ass shit.
They were supposed to meet at a local Tesco car park with Saqib. Saqib and a friend of his named Hashim, who was completely unaware of anything, went to the location, realized that something was wrong, and then drove away. They were followed by 2 cars. Saqib, realizing what was going on, called the police. He stated numerous times that he feared for his life, and that the cars following were ramming him. He was begging the police to come. However, the police never came. He crashed his car into a tree, leading to the explosion of the car. They both didn't survive. The perpetrators were later caught by CCTV footage. They were...
So why didn't the police arrive? Did they not take it seriously? Did they think the guy was stupid? Did they think the guy deserved to die? Did they just not care? What the fuck was wrong? Why didn't y'all just step up and do your fucking job? Police. Police, why the fuck were you? Why did this guy have to die for you to do anything?
exchanging messages. There's police body cam and interrogation footage of the encounter with Mahek.
Right. Okay. In the Audi?
Yes, Audi.
Right.
There's a car that's coming on the right hand side, a Seat Leon, don't know the model or anything, but it was blue, comes straight down, no speed, nothing, normal, on the right hand side. We were always on the left hand side. This right hand side car's come now, the Leon, the blue one, has come straight next to me and come right in front of me, not very close. I've always said to myself, I'm a very good driver when it comes to this. I've been driving for 5 years, 45 years.
Without showing the rest, she's basically constantly lying and crying, trying to guilt trip the officer, which obviously didn't work. Justice was served. Mahek received a life sentence, with a minimum sentence of 31 years and 8 months, Unstream receiving 26 years and 9 months. And the other perpetrators received similar sentences.
That is insane. That whole fucking situation, there's no winners in that situation. There's no real good people there, because the 5 people are, they only probably one. But then again, I don't know, because I was going to say probably her husband is the only innocent one here, the mother's husband. But then again, I don't know if he was one of the people who killed her, who helped kill him. If he wasn't, then he's just some poor innocent dude who didn't know his wife was cheating and also didn't know that she planned to kill the person she was cheating on him with. And now she's in jail for it. If he was a part of it, then literally there's no good people in this entire story.
The following pictures were uploaded by
Because not even the police are good, because they didn't even come.
A woman on Facebook. I initially found this through a post on RBI made 2 weeks ago. Most of the stuff hasn't been archived, so I'm only working with things uploaded to Imgur. I'll also be mostly referring to information shared by OP in the following. The woman used to clean empty houses before they were sold or after someone had died in them. While she was performing her regular job of cleaning a house, she stumbled across something really odd. She found a house with door traps and multiple hidden rooms. The house was located in a rural area in Northern California. The home was quite old, supposedly built in 1941, and has been owned by the same family ever since. She mentioned in her post that the layout of the house is really strange, and there is no flow at all, and has some poorly made secret rooms hidden inside the walls. The house is currently owned by the daughter of the original owner, and she only visited the building as a child, so had really faint memories of it. Within the garbage, she found several stained mattresses, which the current owner believed could just be stains of juice. However, it could really be anything. On the main floor, a hidden room was found off the side of the bedroom. This was an unusually long room with a mysterious hole and a door at the end. The room was perfectly blended into the walls in order to stay hidden. The room also...
So there's a house with secret rooms in it? Yeah, they're kidnap people. That's how abductions happen right there. That's some kidnappers right there. You had a house that had a bunch of kidnap victims in it. Someone died in this house? Yeah, I bet it was someone who was kidnapped. I bet that's who died in that damn house.
has a box with old shop-light fixtures in it. The bedroom was even stranger. The layers of carpet were not stapled to the floor. The closet was large and had a window overlooking the front yard. In the closet, there was a door trap leading to a small basement-like room. The room was once again hidden and was only distinguishable because of a hole, which is used to lift the door open. According to the poster, the door was really heavy, approximately 45 pounds.
This is insane.
In the small basement-like room, the woman found handmade beds, several vent holes, 2 small empty cabinets, and a small old-style wood-burning cook stove. The contents of the stove were really disturbing and prompted her to immediately call local law enforcement. According to her, she cannot disclose the contents of the stove as they are a part of an ongoing investigation. If I had to guess, it may have been human parts like bones or maybe a limb that had been cut off. On a steel
I'm about to say, clearly there's a kidnapped house. This is a house where people used to kidnap victims. You can't tell me otherwise. Clearly that's what this was.
frame, she found several sets of initials and a cross scratched into the frame. The attic room was also hidden by a large sheet of wood tacked to the wall in order to cover the door frame. When the door was found, she immediately noticed a crude latch and that it was locked from the outside. Inside the room, she found 2 more beds with mattresses. The green carpet was not tacked down, and underneath were some old newspapers from the 70s. The windows were nailed shut. They looked out at a neighbor's home. This room also had no electricity, and none of the hidden rooms had any plumbing for waste disposal. The home had been vacant for a month. According to her, the atmosphere of the house is unsettling. She said she would disclose what was in the stove once the investigation is finished. However, the post was made almost 3 years ago, and there hasn't been any update whatsoever. One comment on the Facebook post stood out. I live in this small, seemingly middle of nowhere, but on the way to everywhere town. I come from a long line of law enforcement, many still active and some semi-local. I haven't lived here my whole life, but I've been here a good chunk of it now, and I've learned some very solid things. Be careful with what you post. This area has some deep secrets within its community, and there are people who have backstories you'd never imagine. People will be polite as can be to your face, but behind closed doors, don't count on that same grace. Even in today's day, we have active, hateful, and violent cults in our rolling hills, behind gates that are right up on the road. Just be safe and wise with how you handle this. One of the
That sounds fucking really evil.
Reddit users found the address of the house, as it was listed on Zillow with only the exterior pictures of it. The description of the house matches with the info shared in the post. It was sold in December of 2020 and resold more recently. It seems to be now used for rental. There were no pictures of the interior available anywhere on the internet, and the mystery still remains as to what exactly was in the stove. If you want to get
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all for the next one.